Actually, before I get into that, I want to talk about the last lines because I kind of skipped over that before, but I did have more notes on the I was born to die, but baby, I would die to run. Um, so I actually think this was a little bit of a mistake putting these lyrics at the end of the song. I think that they're way less impactful than the actual line of the song, which is I know how it's going to end, but it's too late. Or end of the chorus, sorry. I know how it's going to end, but it's too late to turn around. I think that that line really captures the story and the positivity much better. Um, but that's not what they ended in. They ended with I was born to fly, but baby, I would die to run. Now, I already kind of I already discussed how like from a practical standpoint, these lyrics are a little goofy. Like vampires know how to run, and in fact, vampires run faster than humans. So what are you talking about, right? Like, so if you just take it at face value from like the vampire theme, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, especially, and even then, like, I was born to fly. Like, what, you were born to turn into a bat and fly away. So like, you kind of just have to let go of the vampire theme in order to like talk about these lines seriously, which I kind of hate. I don't like that. The whole song is called Vampire Diaries. It's a big part of the character of the song. Whether it's the organ or the snare drum and all of that. I think the Vampire Diaries aspect is what makes the song. It gives the song a lot of character. So it's a little annoying that this line you sort of just have to let that whole thing go to a degree. But whatever. So if we just do that, and so if we let go of the vampire metaphor and we just kind of dig into the lines a little more deeper, I still don't really think they work either. Specifically that line. So let's dig in. So he says, I was born to fly. So first off, that line is super common. It's used in tons of songs. I mean, there's songs that are called that, right? It's a very normal line, and it's typically like a rallying cry for ambition and restlessness and drive, right? It evokes this sense of purpose that ambitious people feel when they're confined and they can't, like, I was born to fly, like I'm born to fly, right? And so it's like your passion is so great that you can fly up into the heavens like Superman or something, right? Which, great movie, by the way. Y'all should go watch that. Plot's a little funky, it's a little goofy, but it's at least like a hopeful superhero movie. Non what's the word? Not It's not trying to like, oh my god, I can't think of the word. It escapes me. Anyway, it's a good movie. Go watch Superman. Okay, so but in this case specifically, it's a referencing, like I said, it's referencing how a bat can, or a vampire can turn into a bat and fly away. So now if you say I was born to fly, again, I know I said we were going to let go of the bat meta or vampire metaphor, but I just do have to point this out. Most people aren't born vampires. In fact, I don't think anyone's born vampires. They become vampires. You get bitten. So when he says I was born to fly, it's like it doesn't work because most people aren't born vampires. And then also it's just a little silly, that image of like I was born to transform into a bat and fly around like that. Bats aren't like eagles, right? Like you think about an eagle when you're like, I want to fly like an eagle. It's like nobody wants to fly like a bat. Like blah, 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 blah. So yeah, it's just a weak metaphor overall, considering the nature of this song. But the line itself is very iconic in a lot of songs. I was born to fly. So now we have the second half of the song, of the line, which is, but baby, I would die to run. So this is his add-on, and even this I think is kind of weak. It's just a little not really impactful to me. So first off, I've mentioned this before, but vampires can run too. Like humans and vampires can both run. So just ignore that though. Obviously, he's using a metaphor as he's using running as a metaphor for just escaping where he's at in the town, following his ambitions. So like even though he was born to fly, right? He was born to come up here, he would die, he'd do anything just to be able to run away from the town, right? And get out, like just get the chance to escape his life, right? And when he says like I would die to run, I don't think it's necessarily, I know I'm stating the obvious, but I don't think it's like specific. I don't think it's specifically suicidal. I think that he's actually like it implies like escaping, right? So I just want to say that because I do think that there is a little bit of elements of like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube, self-deletion, we'll call it that. So in totality for this line, right? since the implication is that he would do anything to escape the life that he is in right now. Uh, he has all the ambition and the drive in the world. He was born to fly, but apparently he is so confined and depressed in his state or his scenario that he would actually do anything just for the chance to reach a lesser version of his goals, i.e., like running instead of flying, even if it were to kill him, right? Which is hyperbole for, dying. Um, yeah, I just don't really think this is very good. I have two thoughts, right? Like, first off, you must not actually be born to fly if you're willing to lower your ambitions like that. Like ambitious people don't think like that. A truly ambitious person who is born to fly doesn't think, I was born to fly, but man, I would do anything just for the chance to escape this town or just to run, right? Like, that's not how ambitious people think. Um, and then on top of that, what is the point of escaping the town if you're going to die immediately? I know that obviously it's like just escaping is the point. Like, you choose to escape, so you are willing to die for that. But I still think it's just a flim. I think that conflicts with the Born to Fly again as well. So it just kind of comes off as weak. I think it's a little contradictory, right? Like a person who is, yeah, I like, it almost seems like a rallying cry for people who are giving up on their dreams. Like, I was born to die, but baby, I would die. I was born to fly, but baby, I would die to run. It's like that. I don't know. I don't really find that very compelling as a rallying cry or a final line, like hoorah at the end of the song. Um, and with that said, actually, maybe I should clarify. I know exactly what the line is going for, right? It's capturing that desperation, right? It's capturing the desperation of an individual with so much passion and like all his passion and drive and dreams, who feels stuck in the life that they have. Like that's what it's doing. It's capturing that desperation. I just think personally that it comes off as a bit weak and kind of pessimistic. And it's like the line that people who have actually given up on their dreams would sing. So yeah, with all that said, I personally would have preferred it if the song ended with the final line of the chorus. I know how it's going to end, but it's too late to turn around, because to me that line has a lot of conviction to it, right? It's like, on one hand, if he actually does die stepping into the twilight, he knows how it's going to end, but it's too late and he's okay with that. Right? Like, he's willing to die in order to just get the chance to see the world, which but I think that line emphasizes it better than the I was born to fly, but baby, I would die to run. So that makes sense. But then I think that, again, there's conviction there. Like, I know how it's going to end, but it's too late to turn around. That, to me, that's strong. But then if he does survive, right? Like, if he actually makes it out, then like, great. He's leaving it behind, and it's too late to turn around isn't it's not like a sign of desperation, like it's too late to turn my life around. It's a sign of hope and conviction. Like, it's now like, I have made the choice that it is too late for me to turn around now. I am only going to move forward, right? So it sort of implies that he goes out and achieves his goals, which is sort of the opposite, right? Like, now he is born to fly. He can go and do it. I just think it's a better ending. I think it just fits the vibe of the song. Much more satisfying ending to me. But hey, that's my opinion. Make of it what you will.